Lauren and I listened to a couple albums. One of them was one of the ones that you reviewed on Hip Dad Radio. It was the Decemberists, I think. What was the Decemberists album?
Yeah, it was Crane Wife. That's the one I
Brain
picked.
Wife. There was a lot of music I listened to in like high school and college that is kind of cringe to me. And I haven't wanted to go back to it because I thought that the music that I liked then was just stuff that I think that Pitchfork liked. Um, this is I've started listening to a lot of the old albums that I listened to, and this is one that's still really good. I'm a big fan. This is Perfect From Now On by Built to Spill. Um, I'm a big fan of Modest Mouse, and I think this album is the precursor, like the album that Modest Mouse was listening to before they came out with their first album. Um, I'm not a big fan of like buckethead guitar solos where it's just a lead guitar and like a couple of rhythms just playing along to the chords and whatever. And I love big guitars, and I think this album blends the bass, the rhythm, and the leads together incredibly well. They all get their time to shine, even the drums. And I just think the actual craftsmanship on this album is excellent as well. Um, and I'd like to hear what y'all think.
I am a big Built to Spill fan.
Cool.
I did not know that.
I don't know if I'm big fan. I really like the I don't know if this is the name of the album. The Plan, the one with
Yeah.
the angel wings on it.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of it. I really like that album. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Carry the Zero. That's like the coolest song ever. That's on the Plan. Just like incredible guitar playing. He's I don't know who he plays, but I've always loved it. It does kind of have that like it does it's entering into like the 2000s like kind of pop punk voicing and like the vocals almost, if you can hear that.
Yeah.
But and not too much, I think, in a good way. But anyway, talking about this album, I think I like this better than the Plan.
Okay.
I'm really blown away. I think it's a better consistent listen. If you ask me, I think it feels more exciting in certain parts. I'm trying to think of like the songs that I feel like the third song on the album.
Stop the show.
Yeah. No, that song, and then I Wouldn't Hurt a Fly I loved. Yeah, and Out of Sight was sick too. Anyway, I don't know, just it felt like there were much more exciting parts throughout the album and the Plan can kind of drone a little bit, but I guess some of my favorite Built to Spill songs are on that album. But and if you haven't checked out, they have another album that I really like that came out recently.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's just they have like newer albums that are pretty good, honestly. Untethered Moon from 2015 I was really into in college. So check that one out if you haven't heard it. Yeah, I was really happy to hear this one. It was exciting.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, this was an album that I already had listened to a while ago because you were giving me some recommendations, and yeah, I mean, this was just as good as I remembered it. I think, a lot of my highlights were pretty similar to you, Matt, in which that's, I would also go to say that, besides just the guitar work being really excellent, a lot of these songs, I thought that just like the songwriting was really interesting. Just the, his lyrical phrasings, and I Wouldn't Hurt a Fly. I don't know. It just seems to like, it takes a lot for me to get drawn to lyrics because, I tend to go for the instrumentation first. But what's the name of the singer in Built to Spill?
Doug Marsh.
Doug Marsh?
Yeah.
He's got sort of a really unique way of approaching, the way he like puts, puts sort of word to the song. and so that it captured, my attention. I thought that was especially interesting for me because that's not usually what jumps out. Also going to agree with Matt that it was just a very nice listen from front to end. It captured my interest the whole time. Kind of the opposite, well, not the opposite of mine, but like, mine, like, if you have one sort of, if you want to feel one way the entire time, go for my album. Your album just sort of like, there's just a lot of different things going on.
Losing you.
Just sort of capture interest as the. I think what else?
Lauren, we're losing you. You're getting cut out.
Can you go back to the?
I'm afraid that is happening. Did I like?
You cut out.
What you said, but
you're fine now.
Did my words cut out as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
You went full.
Is there another room you can go in, or I don't know if that helps.
Oh yikes!
You're good now. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're okay now. But damn.
That was the most. I'm sure that was the most insightful thing you've ever said. Like you really poured your heart out on that speech.
I give my commentary on this one a solid 7 out of 10. Interesting, but no, I just really enjoyed it. It was I was listening to it on the way back from Michigan, and it was just sort of great out the window music,
mm-hmm.
Just chugging along during shitty traffic. So I'm sorry you guys didn't hear anything else. I'm
sure it was great.
It's fine. I think I got the picture.
Yeah, I got the picture.
Yeah, I really like this album too. I had not heard this album before or Built to Spill, so this is new for me, and it's good because I'm pretty weak on like '90s indie bands. I feel like that's a genre I'm not super familiar on. So I loved listening to this. I thought it was awesome. The songs were just like really well put together. I really like Stop the Show had that like long guitar intro and then turns into kind of a more poppy song. That was just really cool. It goes in a lot of places. Hits a lot of moods. It's meaty. Yeah, can't wait to listen to it some more.
I think this one, when listening to it, I think it's like recorded. You can hear everything like a lot better. Maybe it's better mixed, I think, than the plan, and it kind of shows. I mean, if you ever listen to that album.
I love that album. That's such a good album.
Oh, so you've heard that one too? Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of Built to Spill.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that. I think it's a lot moodier than the plan. I think the plan is a lot poppier. A lot of the lyrics on this are sort of existential. The first song is about, if you listen to the lyrics, they're about the true scope of eternity. Like, he's talking to his pastor, and his pastor is like explaining how long forever is. And if you really listen to the lyrics, it's sort of like, it's something that stuck with me for a long time. And I think a lot of the songs on this record, like you said, Lauren, they're a little bit more thoughtful in a lot of the lyrics themselves, but I think a lot of the riffs, a lot of the production are a lot more thoughtful than anything Built to Spill had done up to this point. My only criticism of this album is that the majority of the songs, they start out mellow and then they keep building and building and building and building until like an epic guitar solo at the end, and then they're over. There's a couple of songs that aren't like that, but I think that they're a little bit formulaic, but besides that, I think this album is really strong. I'm a big fan of it.
Nice. Cool. What do you rate it?
I don't know. In terms of a lot of the rock that I listened to recently, maybe like an 8.5.
Solid.